This meeting is convened in accordance with the provisions of the Open Public Meeting Act of New Jersey. Let the official minutes reflect that adequate notice of this meeting has been provided by publishing notice in the Asbury Park Press on Tuesday, January 8, 2019, and forwarded to the Toms River Times, Toms River Patch, and OBM News on Wednesday, January 3, 2019, and thereafter posting same on the Town Hall Bulletin Board for such notices and filing same with the Township Clerk pursuant to a resolution adopted by the Township Council on January 3, 2019. This notice was also posted on the Township webpage. Roll call, please.
Councilwoman Yurick.
Here.
Councilman Kubel.
I move for an excused absence. Councilman Cabell had a surgery and is out because of that.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Councilwoman Maruka.
Maria sent a text message. Her aunt was released from the hospital, so I'd ask for excused absence from her.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Councilman Roderick.
Here.
Councilman Turnbach.
Here.
Council Vice President Hill.
Here.
Council President Whitman.
I'd ask for an excused absence for George. He's on business.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
First item on the agenda, the approval of minutes from January 23, 2019.
Move the minutes?
Second.
Motion was made by Councilwoman Yurick, seconded by Councilman Turnbach. Councilwoman Yurick,
Yes.
Councilman Turnbach,
Yes.
Councilman Roderick,
Yes.
Council Vice President Hill.
Yes.
Excuse me, Madam Clerk, I believe Councilman Roderick has to abstain. He wasn't here at the
That's
last
right.
meeting?
That's right.
That's right.
So Councilman Roderick will
Thank you.
abstain.
Wow.
Next on the agenda, we have our honoring resolutions and presentations. Tonight, we have Eagle Scouts of Troop 29. We have Mason Hobson, Matthew Pizzo, Alexander Plaskin, Nicholas Lamanna, and Joseph Ruggiero. And also, we have the swearing in of some Toms River police officers. We have Anthony Carafa, Brendan Hurtis, Brittany Catalano, Sean Ryan, and Michael Hayter.
Move the honoring resolutions and presentations.
Second?
Motion was made by Councilman Turnbach, seconded by Councilwoman Yurick. Councilman Turnbach,
Yes.
Councilwoman Yurick,
Yes.
Councilman Roderick,
Yes.
Council Vice President Hill.
Yes.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to this tonight's council meeting. As the clerk just announced, we have the pleasure of honoring 4 of our young men from the community who have achieved the rank of Eagle Scout. We make a point of having them come to a public meeting like this so that they can be honored publicly, and we present them with a resolution or a proclamation by the mayor and governing body of the township, and we wish them well in front of everybody else. So we'll oh.
Normally, we have our resident Eagle Scout, George Whitman, do this, but I'd like to invite our business administrator, who is an Eagle Scout and was also the executive director of the Boy Scouts for 30 years, was it, in Ocean County and other counties around the state. So, Don, come on over here, join in the festivities. The Eagle Scouts, it's the highest rank you can achieve in Boy Scouts. About 1% reach that rank. You need to have at least 21 merit badges. I looked up online a couple of the more famous Eagle Scouts, and the first man to set foot on the moon was an Eagle Scout, Neil Armstrong. Bill Bradley, the All-American basketball player from Princeton, Rhodes Scholar, played with the Knicks, is in the Hall of Fame. He was an Eagle Scout. And there are several presidents. Gerald Ford's the most recent, and also a number of dignitaries. So we'd like to bring the boys up one at a time and have them explain a little bit about their community project. And also we have a medallion, township medallion, and a proclamation. So it's remarkable that we have 5 from one troop. I think that's quite an accomplishment. So congratulations to Troop 29. So Mayor, if you want to call the first one up. Yeah.
Th- Thank you, Councilman Hill. The first one, Mason Hobson. Mason, where is, here he is, okay. Get right in there behind the microphone. Mason, congratulations to you. What, you were Troop?
Troop 29.
Troop 29. Now, to achieve your Eagle Scout rank, you had to perform a community service project, is that correct?
Yes.
You want to tell the audience what you did, please?
I made a playhouse, children's playhouse for the Pedo Museum in Island Heights.
We have here a proclamation by the township, signed by me as the mayor and all of the members of the governing body, which we want to present to you and congratulate you for your achievement. We're very, very proud of you. So please take that and don't go away because we have a picture and we have, Don, do you want to present that to him too?
Thank you.
Okay. I said, just hold up so let's get the picture. Oh. Our technical advisor here. Okay, go ahead. Okay, congratulations.
Thank you.
Okay. Matthew Pisa. Matthew Pisa. Here he comes. Okay. Yeah. Matthew, welcome and congratulations. I see you have your merit badge, Sash. How many do you have?
30.
You have 30, and you only needed 21, so you're more than an Eagle Scout. You're an eager beaver, too, right? Yeah. Well, congratulations. That's an accomplishment. I have a merit badge such like that, but I think it doesn't fit anymore. and not because it had too many merit badges. Just like we said a few minutes ago, we are proud of you. We have a proclamation by the township, and I'm going to ask you, just like all of the other scouts, we're going to ask you to explain what their community project was. So could you do that?
Mm-hmm. I built a bike shed for Harbor House for the kids who are abused and don't have parents at a young age, aging from about 14 to 21, just to prevent them from like being decayed. Just put the bikes in there so they could just stay in one piece.
Good, very good. Well, that's hold on to that, and our business administrator, another Eagle Scout, is going to present you with one of our township medallions. Okay, congratulations. Okay, now you got to pose for a picture. Okay, good. Thank you. Congratulations now. And next we have Alexander Plaskin. Is that how I'm pronouncing it right? Alexander. I was going to jump right in here. You have not only merit badges, but a bunch of medals. You look like a war hero here. Tell me what some of those medals are.
Yeah, I have some from the American Revolution.
You're that old?
Yeah, revolutionary, like, yeah,
Okay,
yeah. And then I have,
that's the Eagle Scout.
yep, the Eagle Scout medal, and one from the police.
Okay.
Yep.
Oh, you
Observer.
Hunter, please?
Yeah, yes.
Okay, good. Now, tell the audience what you did for your community project.
I reconstructed a walkway at Havens Homestead Museum in Brick.
And please accept this proclamation on our behalf, and our council business administrator has a medallion for you. Okay? All right, congratulations. All right, thanks. Okay, congratulations. Nick Lamana. Nick Lamana. He's not here. Oh, okay. We'll save this for when we get him back the next time for whatever reason he couldn't be here. And finally, last but not least, Joseph Ruggiero. Wow, Joseph, how are you? Congratulations. Are we impressed? How many? Turn around so everybody can see. Look at that. How many merit badges do you have?
44.
44. You know what? We've been doing this for a dozen years, and I don't think anybody's ever been here that had more merit badges than that, so that's really an honor. And what a selection of choices for your merit badges. Congratulations. That's what makes Eagle Scouts great. At a young age like that, they've demonstrated that they can set a goal and accomplishment, and that bodes well for the future for them. And as Councilman Hill said a few minutes ago, the litany of names of Eagle Scouts is fantastic in this country. So you're really joining the ranks of some great people. So here again, we have a proclamation for you signed by everybody, and our business administrator has a medallion for you. And Stacy's going to take your picture for posterity. Could I borrow that? Oh, yeah. Yeah, can we have the other scouts, wait here, the other scouts who were just here, come on back up. Oh, I'm sorry.
I built a press box for the Donovan Catholic baseball team on Whitty Road.
Well, yeah, would you other Eagle Scouts who were just here come on back? We want to get a group picture, please. Could you come on back up? That's it. There you go. Yeah, come on, get up. Yeah, don't stand in front of the mayor when he's having his picture taken, please. Okay, now you go. Did you get? Yeah. Everybody come on if you want to get pictures. Don't be bashful. It's like a White House press conference. Okay? Okay. All right, guys, thanks. Now, this is a part of the job of being mayor that I look forward to. Once again, we have an opportunity to swear in 5 new police officers for our Toms River Police Department. I know I always make this commercial for our police department, but having been the Ocean County prosecutor and having overseen all 32 or 33 police departments in the county, there's no question that the Toms River Police Department is the most outstanding police department, not only in Ocean County, but in the state of New Jersey. I say that without any fear of contradiction. You 5 folks are going to join an outstanding police department with a great bunch of people, and that's them all standing in a row against the wall. I don't know if that looks so good, but but they're a great bunch, and I know you're going to do well. So we're going to swear in each one of you. Anthony, you want to be first? Yeah, Chief.
Sure. First, congratulations to all our Eagle Scouts. Hopefully, we'll see you in a couple years, our next test. Just to give you a little heads up on where these people came from. Back in the summer, we had a test process that started with over 380 people. That narrowed down after our physical test, the written, the swim test, and then the oral boards that they sat in front of. About 120 people sat in front of us for a grueling interview. And these are the top 5 of that entire group. So congratulations to all of you. So we truly have the best of the best. First officer being sworn in and who came out number 1 in our process, Officer Anthony Carafa, badge number 436. Officer Carafa was born in Staten Island, New York, and was raised in Brick, where he currently lives with his wife, Camilla. He graduated from Brick Memorial High School in 2003, where he's a member of the baseball and track teams. He went on to receive a Bachelor of Arts degree in Criminal Justice from Stockton. Officer Carafa began his law enforcement career as a police dispatcher for the Allenhurst Police Department. He continued his employment for another 8 years as an officer with the Allenhurst Police Department, where he started the department's canine unit and has assisted other departments, including ours, as a canine instructor. He just spent 16 weeks with us, 16 weeks of his own time. And that didn't help him on the test, by the way. But he spent all that time helping Sergeant Riley actually train our new canine officers and the dogs themselves. He is also a certified rifle armorer and PT instructor. Congratulations. Sure.
I, Anthony Crawford,
solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United
and
States
the Constitution of the State of New Jersey.
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same
that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the
and
same
to the governments established in the United States
and to the governments established in the United States
and in this state
and in this state
under the authority of the people.
under the authority of the people,
And I will faithfully,
and I will faithfully,
impartially,
impartially,
and justly
and justly
perform all the duties of the office of Tom River Township Police Officer
perform all the duties of the office of Tom River Township Police
according to
Officer
the best of my ability.
according to the best of my ability,
So help me God.
so help me God.
Okay. I'll read the bio first. If you notice, this is in the old guy's version. It's abbreviated and it's bigger. You have the full version in your packets. Next up is Officer Brendan Hurtis, badge number 437. Officer Hurtis was born in Point Pleasant, New Jersey, and has been a Toms River resident since 1996. He graduated from Toms River High School North in 2008. Officer Hurtis graduated Kane University with a degree in criminal justice in May of 2013, and interned for the United States Department of Defense, as well as the United States Department of State. He became a special officer with the Borough of Lavalette, as well as the Borough of Deal. In 2014, Officer Hurtis was hired by the East Windsor Township Police Department, where he served for 3 years and most recently worked as a field training officer and received numerous letters of commendation, including a meritorious service award for his actions regarding an armed robbery suspect. Congratulations.
I, Brendan Hurtis, do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States
That I will support the Constitution of the United
and the
States
Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
and the Constitution of the State of New
that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same
that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the
and
same
to the governments established in the United States
and to the governments established in the United States
and in this state
and in this state
under the authority of the people,
under the authority of the people,
and I will faithfully,
and that I will faithfully,
impartially, and justly perform all the duties of the office of Toms River Township Police Officer
perform all the duties of the office of the Toms River Township Police Officer
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my
So help me God.
ability. So help me God.
Hey, Officer Brittany Catalano, badge number 438. Officer Catalano was born in Lakewood, New Jersey, and grew up in Jackson. She's the daughter of the late Detective Mark Catalano from the Toms River Police Department and of Barbara Catalano, who just walked up. Okay. Officer Catalano graduated early from Jackson Memorial High School in an accelerated program in 2004. She graduated from Stockton University in 2008 with a Bachelor of Arts degree in criminal justice. Officer Catalano then continued her education by attending Georgia Court University, where she obtained her teaching certification in middle school science K through 5 and teaching students with special needs. She worked as a 911 telecommunicator with the Monmouth County Sheriff's Office, a part-time police dispatcher and Class 1 police officer with the Belmar Police Department, and a per diem police dispatcher with the Toms River Police Department, so she hasn't been up to much. All right. Officer Catalano was hired by the Cherry Hill Police Department as a full-time police officer in July of 2016, where she had the opportunity to become the department's domestic violence liaison, a certified physical training instructor, and the captain of the department's first police unity tour team. Brittany, welcome home.
I state your name.
I, Brittany Catalano.
Do solemnly swear
Do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United
and the
States
Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
that I bear true faith and allegiance to the same
that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the
and
same
to the governments established
and the governments
in the
established
United States
in the United States
and in this state
and in this state
under the authority of the people,
under the authority of the
and
people,
that I will faithfully,
and that I will faithfully,
impartially,
impartially,
and justly
and justly
perform all the duties of the office of Tom's River Township Police Officer
perform all the duties of the office of Toms River Township Police
according to the
Officer
best of my ability.
according to the best of my
So help
ability.
me God.
So help me God.
Officer Sean Ryan, badge number 439. Officer Ryan was born in Point Pleasant, New Jersey, and was raised in Lavallette. He attended Point Pleasant High School, where he played soccer, basketball, and tennis before graduating in 2008. Officer Ryan graduated from East Stroudsburg University in 2011 with a bachelor's degree in psychology. After graduating East Stroudsburg, Officer Ryan began working as a behavioral health technician with the adolescent population in his role as a crisis intervention specialist. In April 2016, he became a Class 1 officer with the Lavallette Police Department and was selected to attend the Ocean County Police Academy later that year. After completing his training, he continued his law enforcement career with the Lavallette Police Department as a Class 2 officer and dispatcher. Congratulations.
I state your name. I, Sean Ryan. Do solemnly swear. Do solemnly swear. That I will support the Constitution of the United States. And I will support the Constitution of the United States. The Constitution of the State of New Jersey. And the Constitution of the State of New Jersey. And I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same. And I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same. And to the governments established in the United States. And to the governments established in the United States. And in this state. And in this state. Under the authority of the people. Under the authority of the people. And that I will faithfully. And I will faithfully. Impartially. Impartially. And justly. Justly. Perform all the duties of the office of Tom's River Township Police Officer. Perform all the duties of the office of Tom's River Township Police Officer. According to the best of my ability. According to the best of my ability. So help me God. So help me God.
And one more, Officer Michael Hader, badge number 440. Officer Hader was born and raised in Toms River. He graduated Toms River High School North in 2013. He graduated from Rowan University with a bachelor's degree in business management. While attending Rowan University, he began employment with the Seaside Park Police Department as a special police officer, where he remained for 2 years. In May of 2015, Officer Hader graduated from the Ocean County Police Academy as a Special Law Enforcement Officer, Class 2. Officer Hader continued his law enforcement career as a full-time police officer with the Pemberton Borough Police Department in 2016, where he received several certifications and became a field training officer. While working as a full-time police officer, he earned a certification as a Level 1-2 firefighter and as a dedicated volunteer firefighter for the Pleasant Plains Volunteer Fire Department. Congratulations.
I, Michael Hader, do solemnly swear. Do solemnly swear. That I will support the Constitution of the United States. That
I just want to take this opportunity to thank the mayor, the administrator, and the entire governing body for all their support. We did something new this year. Everybody in town hall here is forward-thinking, and we were able to replace officers before they actually walk out the door, which is huge for us. So these officers are able to go with their training officers, go on the street just prior to their officers that they're replacing retire, which means that it will be seamless for us, which I think is huge. So thank you very much for all your support. Thank you all for supporting your family members, brothers and sisters from Toms River Police Department. Thank you for coming out, and thank you all. Take care.
Thank you, Chief.
We'll take a 5-minute break now before we reconvene the meeting.
How you doing, Father? Good. What church? What church? St. Joe's.
Look at his shirt. SJ.
I wasn't really looking. I was looking for the boys. Hey, I gotta say hello to somebody. Jim.
There's going to be a number that we can't.
I would have said something before, but I didn't know Maria was not going to be here.
Well, I didn't know till
Until a few
this
minutes ago.
afternoon. Yeah.
Now this you need 5.
You let him take it back. You let him take it back from you.
I wasn't going to.
Yeah, I thought you were gonna fight
I
over it.
wasn't going to give him, let him do the whole damn thing. He had to do the police.
George would have took it from him.
All he did
What'd
was
she
call
ask
me
you?
names. What?
What'd she ask you?
Who's that?
Jean?
Yeah.
What'd she ask you?
Well, about the Rise Up Ocean County.
What'd you tell her?
I told her, I said, we're not, we've been advised by our relief attorney to give a wide berth on that baby.
To not
It's free
talk
space.
about it.
Yeah, it's First Amendment. Can't talk about it.
See that? Aren't I an asset to have around? I promise
I
promise I'll
told
never
you-
charge you.
I told
promise
you,
I'll never charge
I told
you.
you at the agenda meeting that it was being referred to the relief lawyer, and whatever she recommended would be the action we take.
So
We're
what do,
paying
you,
her.
what do you think? Do you think that they're going to give me the nomination for that or no? Or they're going to give it to the Brady people? Do you think it's going to Brady?
But they want to make a show that everybody's going to get. Listen, I've been down there before. I've been in your boots. The thing that I don't like is that he's gun decking this for money. Hey,
Do you think they're giving Kelleher a win now?
what? Okay, we'll call the meeting back to order. Are you ready, Allison?
Yes.
Okay, let's continue.
Next item on the agenda is number 7, an ordinance of the Township Council, Township of Toms River, Ocean County, New Jersey, amending and supplementing Section 383-5E10 of Chapter 383, Parks Municipal, of the Code of the Township of Toms River, Ocean County, New Jersey, to increase recreation program fees for Camp Discovery Program. This is a final reading.
This is the final reading on this ordinance. Anyone from the public who has any comments, please raise your hand and step forward. You'll be acknowledged.
Move to close public comment. Seeing none.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Move the ordinance on final.
Second?
Motion was made by Councilman Turnbuck, seconded by Councilwoman Yurick. Councilman Turnbuck?
Yes.
Councilwoman Yurick?
Yes.
Councilman Roderick?
Yes.
Council Vice President Hill?
Yes.
Item 8 is an ordinance of the Township Council, Township of Toms River, Ocean County, New Jersey, amending and supplementing the following salary ranges. Schedule H, confidential employees to establish the compensation of construction official. Schedule H, confidential employees to establish the compensation of deputy municipal clerk and full-time kennel aide. Schedule C, supervisory employees to establish the compensation of assistant rink manager of Section 147-1 salary ranges of Chapter 147 salaries and compensation of the Township Code. Final reading.
This is the final reading on this ordinance. Anyone who has any questions from the public, please raise your hand and we'll acknowledge you.
Seeing none, move to close public comment.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Again, move the ordinance on final.
Second?
Motion was made by Councilman Turnbuck, seconded by Councilwoman Yurick. Councilman Turnbuck?
Yes.
Councilwoman Yurick?
Yes.
Councilman Roderick?
Yes.
Council Vice President Hill?
Yes.
Item 9 is an ordinance of the Township Council, Township of Toms River, Ocean County, New Jersey, adding Article 5, Code Blue Alerts, Section 388-11, Chief of Police of Chapter 388, Peace and Good Order of the Code of the Township of Toms River, Ocean County, New Jersey, authorizing the Chief of Police to declare a Code Blue event when the weather is 35 degrees Fahrenheit or lower, regardless of precipitation. Final reading.
This is the final reading on this ordinance. Anyone from the public who has any comments, please raise your hand and be acknowledged. Connie?
My name's Connie Pascal. I live at 101 Dewey Street here in Toms River. I just want to briefly thank the council for what I consider to be an amazing example of caring and compassionate leadership, not just for this community, but for the state of New Jersey. I mean, you're setting an example of what good government that cares for all of its citizens, is about. So I think this is a tremendous step forward. I look forward to working with you to take even more steps towards the kind of compassionate community that we already have and will have even more of as we go forward. So thank you very much. I want to commend all of you for the wonderful effort you've made here. Thank you.
Thank you, Connie. Yes, sir.
That was my good friend Connie there. I'm Bill Southey with Behavior Beat the Streets. I just want to thank you all also for very much for considering helping us to open this place to help the poor in your city. I think we could actually set a standard that'll be something brand new for this state, for the whole country. That's caring about our poor, not driving them from the midst of ourselves, but loving them. And as I have something I want to give you each. I collect coins. These coins are 1,000 years old. They have a bust of Christ on them. They were used by the emperors when they realized they were in charge, but under him, not under ourselves. I want to give these to you as just some remembrance of Jesus, and thank you for honoring his name and honoring the poor that he stood for and cared for when he was here. So I'd just like to give you these.
Thank you. Did you take the gift? I don't know. Hold on. I just checked with the attorney. Sir? I don't know if we can accept a gift. I don't know. I don't think we're allowed to, unfortunately. I appreciate the... No, I don't...
What? No, I can't give it to them either.
I thank you, but I wanted to check with the attorney on that, so thank you very much. Yes, ma'am.
My name is Rosemary Gopal. I live at 691 North Stream Drive in Toms River, and I'm a member of the volunteers that are looking to help the homeless people here in Ocean County. I thank each of you this evening for this step. As I said in January, it is one step. This is 2 steps. And just like Neil Armstrong, our space race did not end with 2 steps. Let's keep moving forward hand in hand, please. Please, for the homeless.
Thank you. Yes, ma'am.
Good evening. My name is Patty Oyola, and I work with Haven Beat the Streets this is my 6th year.
Can you come a little closer to the microphone or turn it down there a little bit for you?
Okay, I just wanted to share this if I can. It's just a thank you note that one of the homeless guys gave me tonight. And it says, to all the volunteers at Haven Inc. and Code Blue, thank you. Without you all, there would be a lot of cold and hungry people. You make a difference. Thank you so much. And I just thought that was worth sharing. This is what it's all about. Thank you.
Thank you. Yes, sir.
Hi, my name is Joshua Young. I'm actually one of the homeless that stays at the warming shelters. I've been homeless on and off for the last 5 years. Before this, the new law to be moved up to above freezing. I've been outside in a tent on and off, and I've been freezing my butt off out there. I don't make enough money to support myself. I try, but I do appreciate the move to higher the temperature up, because otherwise a lot of people would die, like one guy that died from because he froze to death out in Bayville behind the ShopRite. I do appreciate everything the council is doing. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Yes, sir, in the back.
My name is Tom Finnerty. I work with the PATH program of Ocean Mental Health Services. I would like to thank you for considering this ordinance, and I would also like to thank the Haven Beats the Streets, all the people who've worked with the Code Blue. They've made really helped us in our work, and I've worked for a long time with Paul Hulse, Bill Southbury, in finding people in the woods. It was always a hide-and-seek game. Now it's more like one-stop shopping. We can go right to a Code Blue center, meet more than one person at a time, and assess them for our different services. It's really made a big difference in us being able to link people with the services, not just give them temporary shelter, but try to find solutions for the long run. The PATH program is a program for people with a mental illness who are either homeless or facing impending homelessness. And this is, everybody's familiar with that, as one of the 3 big causes. It's usually financial, mental illness, alcohol, substance abuse, which are the big causes of people becoming homeless and remaining homeless. So this really helps us to link people with the needed services and to get them out of the situation. So I'd like to thank that, and it will really make a big difference with a little change in temperature there. Thank you.
Thank you. Yes, ma'am.
My name is Joy Holman. I'm one of the volunteers with Haven, but I also work at Shore Vineyard Church, where we prepare meals twice a week for anyone that's homeless or in need. I just want to thank you very much for what you're doing, and that we're leading the charge in the state and possibly even further. It's a real important thing, but just to give you an idea, on a night like this, and I get real emotional about this because these guys are my friends. Once again, at my food pantry this past Saturday, I had so many of them show up to help me give food out to the community that I had to have some of them sit out because I didn't have enough work for them. So they are not just taking from the community, they thanked me for the opportunity to work for the community and to be a blessing to the community and be part of the community, that they're not just taking. So I wanted to make that clear. But on a night like tonight, after the winds and the snow we had last night and the rain we have currently and the sleet we've had in between, they will all be out in the woods again tonight and the various places that they take refuge in. And just to bring this home, and I understand you don't have the power to change the temperature a few degrees, but the reality is they all have their belongings because they've been at the Code Blue Center the past few nights, where they have warmth and things like that. And tonight they don't have that luxury. So I want to thank you for leading the way, and hopefully this will go statewide because there's so many of them out there. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else? Yes, sir. Paul. I noticed you shaved your beard.
Yeah, I shaved the beard because you guys accomplished what you guys accomplished here. I mean, it's such a blessing to come here tonight and to just hear everybody talking and sharing how we've been so successful together. And that's what it's about. It's unity in the community, and we're doing it together. So thank you for being part of the vision of Haven Beat the Streets. We appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you, Paul. Okay, anyone else?
Seeing none, I move to close the public portion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Move the ordinance on final.
Second?
Motion made by Councilman Turnbach, seconded by Councilwoman Yurek. Councilman Turnbach.
I said at our last meeting, and I'll say again, I speak for myself, and I know I speak for the council, and we appreciate all of you coming up here to say thanks to us, but the true thanks is to all of you. You have made the difference. You brought this issue to our attention, and I recall the meeting last year. It was the meeting for the discussion of the red carpet, and you were here, and you challenged us to address the issue, and it's been a pleasure to work with you. I vote yes.
Councilwoman Yurek.
I've worked with you guys now for 6 months or so. Started with helping you out at the pancake breakfast, which you have another one coming up March 9th. But, and now you're in the building, you've got the services coming in and getting people the help that they need to break the cycle of homelessness. So this is just really exciting that we can further help you accomplish those goals. And I vote yes.
Councilman Roderick.
Yes.
Council Vice President Hill.
Yes, and I'd like to extend a thank you to Paul for spearheading this, and Haven Beats the Streets and all his volunteers. A number of us have had the opportunity to go out and visit the recreation center during the Code Blue, and Paul usually has a full house, and people are fed and they're warm, and they've got cots to sleep on, and a lot of the community are bringing jackets and bring food and donations. So it's a tremendous community effort, and we thank you all for spearheading it and bringing it to our attention. I want to thank Terrence, spearheaded this, I think, on the council, and I want to thank him for bringing it forward. And I know George Whitman said, why don't we do 35 instead of 32, because 35 is pretty cold. So again, it was an all-out effort by the council, and I thank all my council mates, and I thank you for bringing this forward to us, and also for assisting at the Code Blue sites. A lot of you spend your nights there with the people, making sure that they're getting counseling where they need it. And I read Paul's reports every day, and He's got a number of people that are seeking counseling and help, so it's a home run all the way around. So thank you, and with that, I vote yes.
Item 10 is an ordinance of the Township Council.
We don't often get a standing ovation. It's nice.
People don't like government.
Item 10 is an ordinance of the Township Council of the Township of Toms River, Ocean County, New Jersey, adopting the redevelopment plan for the downtown core rehabilitation area pursuant to NJSA 40A:12A-7, first reading.
Move the ordinance on first reading?
Second.
Motion was made by Councilwoman Yurick, second by Councilman Turnbach. Councilwoman Yurick?
Yes.
Councilman Turnbach?
Yes.
Councilman Roderick?
Yes.
Council Vice President Hill?
Yes, and I want to thank Dave for spearheading this and getting it done as quickly as he has, and his staff, and I vote yes.
Next is item 11, an ordinance of the Township Council of the Township of Toms River, Ocean County, New Jersey, amending and supplementing Section 477-12, Schedule 4, overnight parking prohibited, and Section 477-63, Schedule 5, overnight parking prohibited trucks and buses of Chapter 477, Vehicles and Traffic of the Township Code, first reading.
Move the ordinance on first reading?
Second.
Motion was made by Councilwoman Yurick, seconded by Councilman Turnbach. Councilwoman Yurick?
Yes.
Councilman Turnbach?
Yes.
Councilman Roderick?
Yes.
Council Vice President Hill?
Yes.
Next is item 12, an ordinance of the Township Council of the Township of Toms River, Ocean County, New Jersey, amending and supplementing Section 477-79, Section 21, speed limits of Chapter 477, Vehicles and Traffic of the Township Code, reducing the speed limit on Briar Avenue between Astoria Way and Bay Avenue from 30 miles per hour to 25 miles per hour. First reading.
Move the ordinance on first reading?
Second.
Motion was made by Councilwoman Yurick, second by Councilman Turnbach. Councilwoman Yurick?
Yes.
Councilman Turnbach?
Yes.
Councilman Roderick?
Yes.
Council Vice President Hill?
Yes.
Item 13 is an ordinance of the Township Council of the Township of Toms River, Ocean County, New Jersey, vacating public rights and interest in a portion of Sayreville Street. First reading.
Move the ordinance on first reading?
Second.
Motion was made by Councilwoman Yurick, second by Councilman Turnbach. Councilwoman Yurick?
Yes.
Councilman Turnbach?
Yes.
Councilman Roderick?
Yes.
Council Vice President Hill?
Yes.
Item 14 is an ordinance of the Township Council of the Township of Toms River, Ocean County, New Jersey, adopting the redevelopment plan for the Hooper-Caudina redevelopment area pursuant to NJSA 48:12A-7, first reading.
Move the ordinance on first reading?
Second.
Motion was made by Councilwoman Yurick, seconded by Councilman Turnbach. Councilwoman Yurick?
Yes.
Councilman Turnbach?
Yes.
Councilman Roderick?
Yes.
Council Vice President Hill?
Yes, and again, I'd like to thank Dave and his staff. This kind of goes hand in glove with the downtown redevelopment area. We're working both of them together, and they are interconnected. I want to thank him for getting this before the council and as quickly as he did, and I vote yes. Before we go into the consent agenda, I have a resolution of the Township Council of the Township of Toms River, Ocean County, New Jersey, authorizing the immediate implementation of the Code Blue ordinance on an emergent basis pursuant to NJSA 40-40:69A-181B. I'm told by the attorney that even if we all vote for this tonight, we need 5 votes to carry it. However, we want to implement this, and I believe the attorney has told me that the mayor can declare a Code Blue with his executive authority. So we want to implement this. We don't want to wait 20 days. We're in the coldest month of the year, and if we wait 20 days, we'll be into March. So we want to be able to implement this right away. So I'm going to bring this up for a vote tonight. It's not going to be carried because we don't have the 5 votes. But I think it's important that we stress our opinion and our feeling that we want to implement this ASAP and not wait. So I would ask that the resolution be moved and seconded for a vote.
Move the resolution.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay.
Council Vice President, may I ask the Assistant Township Attorney to explain to the Code Blue representatives what that means?
Yes. Normally, when the governing body enacts an ordinance on a second reading, there's a 20-day waiting period for notice and estoppel. Obviously, that 20-day period in this case defeats the purpose of the ordinance. So there's a provision in the law that allows ordinances to be implemented on an emergent basis. However, to do that, you need 2/3 of the full membership of the governing body, which tonight would have been, which here is 5 votes, and we only have 4. So this resolution to implement it on an emergent basis doesn't carry. However, the mayor in this form of government has the executive authority to declare a code blue and open the shelter when the temperature reaches 35 degrees, and I believe that's already occurring. So really, there's the 20-day period does not present a problem. Mhm.
Thank you, Mayor. Okay, consent agenda. All matters, am I reading this or do you read this? I read it? Okay. All matters listed under the item consent agenda will be enacted by one motion in the form listed below. There will be no separate discussion of these items. If discussion is desired on any item, that item may be considered separately.
Council Vice President, if I may interject, I will have to be removed from the agenda because of a conflict with one of the members of the governing body, and that deprives the governing body of a quorum on that particular resolution.
Wait a minute.
It's Resolution I. Councilman Hurek has a conflict.
Okay. Madam Clerk, we're going to have to remove I due to a conflict, and we won't have sufficient votes to pass that, so.
Okay. I will therefore be removed.
Okay, we can add that on to the next meeting, please?
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Item A is a resolution of the Township Council of the Township of Toms River, Ocean County, New Jersey, authorizing refund of overpayment of taxes for various properties. B is a resolution of the Township Council certifying entitlement of a 100% disabled veteran status and providing that property taxes be canceled and/or refunded. C is a resolution of the Township Council authorizing the issuance of duplicate tax sale certificates. D is a resolution of the Township Council authorizing the business administrator to execute a municipal recycling tonnage report form for 2018 for submission to the Department of Environmental Protection and Energy. E is a resolution of the Township Council authorizing the second and final extension of the existing contract for licensed electrician services with Bricktown Electrical Contracting, LLC, not to exceed $250,000 per year upon extension commencing March 22, 2019 through March 21 of 2020. F is a resolution of the Township Council authorizing contract to Dynamic Testing Services for drug and alcohol testing for employees of the township in safety-sensitive positions in an amount not to exceed $12,000 for calendar year 2019. G is a resolution of the Township Council authorizing a contract to Russ Bassett Corp. To purchase furniture for the Department of Police in the maximum contract amount not to exceed $24,952.25. Item H is a resolution of the Township Council of the Township of Toms River, Ocean County, New Jersey, authorizing contract to CDWG Incorporated for the purchase of technology supplies and services for Barracuda Web Security using Educational Services Commission of New Jersey, the ESCNJ Cooperative Pricing System, contract number 18/19-03, in the total maximum contract amount not to exceed $59,579.85. Item I was removed from the agenda. Item J is a resolution of the Township Council authorizing the mayor to execute and the Township Clerk to attest to an amendment to the interim settlement agreement between Union Carbide Corporation and the Township of Toms River. K is a resolution of the Township Council authorizing a contract with Chaz S. Winter Incorporated, doing business as Winter Ford, for the purchase of 2 Ford F-550 trucks with steel dump body for the Department of Parks, Buildings, and Grounds, utilizing the Ocean County Cooperative Pricing System, contract number B 2018-158, and the maximum amount not to exceed $115,736. Item L is a resolution of the Township Council authorizing the use of various cooperative contracts to purchase items for the Watch Commander's Office at the Toms River Police Department in the total maximum contract amount not to exceed $25,489.29. Item M is a resolution of the Township Council authorizing an online auction of surplus township property and/or tangible personal property found or recovered by the Toms River Police Department no longer needed for public use using the existing contract with U.S. Gov Bid Auction Liquidation Services. Item N is a resolution of the Township Council authorizing the Township of Toms River to accept a fiscal year 18 Emergency Management Agency Assistance EMAA grant from the State of New Jersey Department of Law and Public Safety, Division of State Police, which will provide funding to the County of Ocean for distribution to the Township in the amount of $10,000 for the purchase of enhancing emergency management performance. This is a $20,000 grant, of which this grant includes a $10,000 federal share award and a $10,000 local match. Item O is a resolution of the Township Council appointing member of the Toms River Veterans Commission. Item P is a resolution of the Township Council consenting to the issuance of certain short-term notes by the Toms River Municipal Utilities Authority. Item Q is a resolution of the Township Council concurring and supporting the New Jersey Department of Transportation's plan to establish various bus stops along U.S. Route 9 in the Township of Toms River. Item R is a resolution of the Township Council accepting performance guarantees for a minor subdivision known as Herb Builders Subdivision Block 697, lots 7, 8, and 9 at Holly Street. S is a resolution of the Township Council accepting performance guarantees for a minor site plan known as Block 506.03, Lot 28.03 at 1050 Route 37 West. T is a resolution of the Township Council accepting performance guarantees for a minor site plan known as St. Joseph's Roman Catholic Church, Block 608, Lot 45 at Cedar Grove Road. Item U is a resolution of the Township Council accepting performance guarantees for a minor subdivision known as Meadow and Knott Subdivision, Block 442.07, Lot 24 at Sage Road and South Shore Drive. Item V is a resolution of the Township Council of the Township of Toms River releasing performance guarantees and accepting maintenance guarantees for a minor subdivision known as Block 1048, lots 363 through 366 at Fort Avenue. Item W is a resolution of the Township Council releasing maintenance guarantees for a major site plan known as Goodskin LLC, Block 533.06, Lot 35 at 453 Lakehurst Road. Item X is a resolution of the Township Council authorizing Robert J. Chankalian, Township Engineer, to execute an NJDEP Land Use Regulation Permit Form, LURP, and U.S. Army Corps of Engineers, U.S. ACE application for Department of the Army Permit Form Number 4345 for the construction of a public kayak ramp at the Dockside Marina in Ortley and authorizing payment for the required permit fee in the amount of $3,000. Item Y is a resolution of the Township Council authorizing taxi cab company licenses in accordance with Chapter 457. And item Z is a resolution of the Township Council authorizing taxi driver licenses in accordance with Chapter 457.
Any of the council members have any items they wish to discuss separately?
I would just need a roll call on item T, but I don't know if that impacts the quorum at this point. I'm going to ask the township attorney.
No.
I'm just a member of the church. There's no conflict. Okay, very good.
Okay. Anyone else from the council? No? Anybody from the public wish any items discussed separately?
Seeing none, I move to close public comment.
Okay, we're going to move the items.
Motion to move the rest of the council consent agenda made by Councilwoman Yurick, seconded by Councilman Turnbuck. Councilwoman Yurick,
Yes.
with the exception of item T. Councilman.
No, we can
I think
include
item
T.
T can be
Oh,
included.
with T, okay. Motion made by Councilwoman Yurick, seconded by Councilman Turnbuck. Councilwoman Yurick votes yes. Councilman Turnbuck, please.
Yes.
Councilman Roderick.
Yes.
Council Vice President Hill.
Yes.
Next are the reports. For Bailey Golf Course in January 2019 was $35,926.52 as opposed to last year in January $29,038.92. The Winding River Ice Rink for January 2019 is $103,412.01 as opposed to last year, January, $134,978. And the building reports, the building permits for January at $225,336 as compared to January of 2018 at $187,069.
Move the reports.
Second.
Motion made by Councilwoman Yurick, second by Councilman Turnbuck. Councilwoman Yurick?
Yes.
Councilman Turnbuck?
Yes.
Councilman Roderick?
Yes.
Council Vice President Hill?
Yes.
Next, we have the bills.
Before we move the bill, if there are abstentions tonight from the township attorney, should we list the abstentions or we just carry the bills where there are abstentions.
Any bills where there are abstentions will deprive the council of a quorum, so any bill that has an extension should be carried to the next meeting.
Do we still have to state the abstention?
I don't believe so.
Oh, so we just
I would-
No, so just just vote on the bills that don't have any abstentions.
Move the bill list.
Second?
Motion made by Councilman Trurbach, seconded by Councilwoman Yurick. Councilman Trurbach?
I would say yes. My normal abstentions would be to the law firm of Dasty McGuckin, to Gregory McGuckin, to the magistrates, and to St. Joseph's. But I understand those will be set aside right now. I would vote yes to the balance.
Councilwoman Yurick?
Yes, with the following abstentions: Remington and Vernick Engineers, PO, well, I don't have to list them, or do? Okay. So PO 1403696, 17-00117, 19-00035, 19-00223, 19-00226, and Township of Toms River as it pertains to the recreation salaries, PO 19-00485.
Councilman Roderick?
I have no conflicts, I vote yes.
And Council Vice President Hill?
A yes with the following abstentions: 19-00394, payable to Toms River Board of Education; 18-07404, 17-07437, 19-00228, payable to Owen Little Associates; 19-00245, St. Barnabas Health; 19-04852 zeros, I'm sorry, 19-00485, 19-00352, 19-00596, as pertains to St. Luke's and Toms River Schools, and then 18-01556, Ocean County Board of Health. I'm a member of the Board of Health. Yes to the balance. And with that, we'll move to comments. Mayor, any comments?
I want to reaffirm that we have instructions under Code Blue for the shelter to be open, and I know Paul is here. Paul, you know, if you have a problem, as we've done in the past, just give us a call to help you out, okay? That's all I have.
Councilman Turnback?
Just want to thank everybody again that's worked with the Code Blue. There's a bill that is working its way to the governor's office right now, and it's Assembly Bill 4177. And what that bill does is it allows county homelessness trust funds to be used for Code Blue emergency shelter services. And that bill has just passed both the House and the Senate, in the Assembly and the Senate here in New Jersey. And importantly for Ocean County, that bill received a yes vote from Senator Singer, who I commend for taking on this effort to change the Code Blue to 32 degrees, but it also received a yes vote from Senator Holzapfel, Senator Connors, and Senator Thompson. All of our Ocean County senators passed this vote. All of our Ocean County Assembly persons also voted yes for this Homelessness Trust Fund. Now, the Homelessness Trust Fund can only be created by the Board of Chosen Freeholders here in Ocean County. So tonight, as we are trying to lead by example, we're setting our Code Blue at 35 degrees, and we're working with Senator Singer to try and push the state to change law to get it to be 32 degrees across the board, across the state. I'm going to urge our Board of Chosen Freeholders to consider creating a homelessness trust fund by resolution. 11 counties in the state of New Jersey have this homelessness trust fund. There's 21 counties. We're in the minority right now. We don't have it. And our representatives are going to Trenton and voting in favor of this bill. Every one of our representatives here voted in favor of this bill. But the reality is, until the Board of Chosen Freeholders acts, that vote is meaningless to the residents of Ocean County that are homeless. And I know that's not the intent, and so I'm urging the freeholders to take a look at this bill. It's, again, Assembly Bill 4177, and it's another important step in what the law really defines as a plan to end homelessness. So there's a freeholder meeting coming up. I would encourage people to read the bill and encourage our Board of Chosen Freeholders to support what's happening here by our state senators and by this township council. That's all I have.
Thank you, Councilman. Lori?
I would just second the urging of the freeholders to implement a homeless trust fund. That's something that we've requested of them before, but it was never able to be used for Code Blue before. And especially with Senator Singer proposing to increase the temperature to that standard of 32 regardless of precipitation, that's going to increase the cost of the program itself. So now is the time to put forth that homeless trust fund. So Code Blue does have a fundraiser coming up on March 9th at Applebee's in Toms River. It's breakfast, so 8 to 12, or 9 to 12. 8 to 12. Okay. And don't forget our farmers market downtown. We've got to keep remembering, just because it's winter time, everybody's still got to help us build up downtown by frequenting the shops there. And we have the winter farmers market on Wednesdays. I know it closes at 5 because I can never get there before work is over. But I think it's 3 to 5. Not 100% sure, but Wednesdays in the downtown shops in Toms River. And that's all I've got for today.
Thank you. Councilman Roderick?
I just wanted to thank Councilman Turnback and Councilwoman Yurick for their leadership on this Code Blue ordinance. Your work will be a blessing to an awful lot of people, and I'm very proud of what we've done together here tonight. That's all I have.
And I would just cite, I think also, wasn't Senator Keene involved in that bill also?
He was.
So it was co-sponsored. I just want to make sure we give credit to everybody that was involved in it. So it was Senator Singer and Senator Keene. Again, I want to thank Lori and Terrence for bringing this forward and getting involved. And I think it's been a very positive thing for the township for sure. And locating at the Recreation Center is taking a building that was underutilized and putting it to good use. So again, I thank Paul, Haven Beats the Streets, and all the volunteers for what they've done for the citizens of this, residents of this town, a little less fortunate than us, and also helping them with any of the programs that are available out there, getting them the counseling and services that they need. So I thank them for that, and we will open it up for public comment. So please raise your hand. We have a limit of 5 minutes, but raise your hand, and if you want, you can come up and speak. Yes, ma'am.
Rosemary Goebel, 691 North Stream Drive. I just want to thank you again, Terrence, especially you. Please push as hard as you can, get this homeless trust fund. We need it. It will do the work. It will make everything so much easier, and it will be a lot easier on you. And it will put Toms River and Ocean County on the map as being a leader for people, not squelching them, not hiding them in the woods. We're treating people worse than we treat animals at the present time by making them stay in the woods with this cold, cold weather. It's just not right. It's not fair. The good Lord would not put up with this. But I'm not here to preach. I'm here to thank you. Again, thank you very, very much.
Thank you. Yes.
Pat Klaslow, Ortley Beach. I understand we have a severe homeless problem here in town and pretty much all over. But one of the problems that we have here, we're going to be putting bus stops on Route 9. We need buses here. This gentleman over here talked about he's got jobs, but it's not enough to live on. We have to have buses for them to get to places to get the jobs that's going to pay them money. Or we have to do a real big search on getting businesses down here that are going to hire them. I'm sure they don't want to be homeless. They want to have a nice home to go to like all of us do. But the problem we have is there's no transportation for them to get to where the jobs are, or we don't have the facilities places that are hiring people. So we've got to put a push on getting businesses down here and also put a push on getting transportation so that these people can go out and get jobs, support themselves, and live on their own.
You're mentioning this, part of our downtown redevelopment plan, I think, will address a lot of that in that we'll bring businesses downtown on the ground floor. We're going to have people living in the downtown area. They'll have close access to the bus terminal for transportation. Unfortunately, we don't have rail service down here. The rail service ends essentially in Bay Head, and Point Pleasant, which are two most northern parts of cities in Ocean County. That is a problem. Transportation is a problem. I know there's Ocean Ride is available. That's one avenue. There is bus service on 9. I believe there's bus service on Hooper Avenue. And if we can get people, if we can get the redevelopment plan downtown and build up downtown and have some businesses down there and have people living down here, I think that'll be, number one, it'll get you jobs. We're hopeful that the VA will come in. That's going to be an opportunity for more jobs if they decide on the site on Caudina and Hooper Avenue. So we have a lot of opportunities going forward. I hear you. Transportation has always been a problem in Ocean County. The road infrastructure is a problem, and the bus service and the lack of train service. So, we're an underserved county for sure, and I think the state needs to address some of this. So it's a good point well taken. I think Ocean Ride tries to address some of that, and I know that Paul works with getting people to various spots around town where they can get transportation when they're at the rec center in the morning. So I hear you, Roger, but hopefully we can get help from the state. We do have, we have the Route 9 buses from the NJDOT, but we do need more mass transit in the area, no doubt.
So I lived in North Jersey, and there were 3 buses that I could take to get into Newark.
Yeah.
3 different bus lines.
May I? I just actually found out this weekend that New Jersey Transit did add a 67X, which goes to Newark Penn Station, and then you can transfer to New York. So they've just added that route. And I don't know if the bus stops that we voted on today were an increase or not, but there are many. I was reading through them all. There's dozens.
But there's
and
no
we also
transportation to
just
get around
passed-
here.
Perhaps we should.
Some of the bus stops that were listed in the ordinance are actually for local trips. You can get to Lakewood, you can get to Freehold, you can get to many places in the Ocean and Monmouth County area. And then also, the planning board just passed or approved the plans for Ocean First Bank to make their headquarters here, and they're going to double their size of their employee pool. So they have 175 employees now. They're going to have another 175 when they're done with that construction. So we're working on it.
And
things are
understand, but I'm just saying,
happening. You just
my
don't
heart
hear
goes
about
out to
them all.
these people because they want to get on their feet. They want to do this, and there's no way for them to do it. The other thing is, Mo, you've been pushing for Route 9 to be widened. You put bus stops there, then they're going to turn around and say, well, we don't want to knock down bus stops. So it's never going to get widened now.
Well, we've spoken to the NJDOT commissioner with a number of situations. Church Road and Route 9 is a problem, particularly southbound. It's a left turn when you're coming southbound to get onto Church Road. The shoulder's too narrow to pass, so traffic backs up. We're trying to address that. I think the best they said they were going to do is give us maybe a turning lane somewhere. They do have a turning lane at Coxcrow. They have a turning lane down at Indian Head and 166. So as far as widening Route 9, that should have been done 30 or 40 years ago when I was in school.
Absolutely.
And they missed the opportunity, but my father said there's a right way to do things and a wrong way to do things, and money shouldn't be your object. They should be looking at doing this, taking care of the 600,000 people that live in Ocean County and their transportation needs, and not spending the money north of the Raritan River, which is where it goes.
Well, the other problem is if we keep building more and more houses and stuff, it's just going to get more congested.
That's why instead of offering pilot programs for multifamily housing, we should be offering pilot programs to bring businesses into the township
Well, we're
and
going
into the county in general.
I think with the redevelopment plans we have that we put in place tonight, that'll be reviewed by the planning board and it'll come back here for final approval on the next meeting. I think that's a giant step forward. As Lori mentioned, with Ocean First increasing, if the VA is supposed to triple in size. If they select the Codina site, that's more jobs for the area. That would open up the downtown area. And I think, if we get people living downtown, and a lot of the millennials want to live near transportation hubs, there's the bus terminal downtown that'll get you into the city and down south and into other areas of the state. I think that's all going to be a positive effect, and we'll start to see more small businesses downtown that'll be able to sustain their clientele, and hopefully we'll see an increase in the jobs within the area, and people won't have to commute outside the area,
Right.
which will cut down on some of the transportation. So
But we just have to stay on top and monitor it. We can't let it go, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh, wait, nothing happened. We
No,
have to
no,
be on top of it.
absolutely, absolutely.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Anyone else? Yes, sir.
My name's Dick Reed. I'm a retired engineer, and I'm part of the Habitat for Humanity group, and also part of Connie Pascal's coalition of the clergy. We're addressing the homeless problem in the sense that Habitat is kind of part of the final solution, and we're helping in the beginning with the trust fund and possibly a shelter, and getting people through the transitional area to where they can get a permanent home. I want to commend the council on what they did tonight with Code Blue. I think it's great. And I want to echo the sentiments about the Homeless Trust Fund. We've been trying to get the county to adopt that program for years. There's an enabling statute that lets the county adopt it and create a trust fund, and the county's been reluctant to do it because they consider it a tax, but it's not. It's funded by people who record a deed in the courthouse or a mortgage, $3 fee. I just recorded a deed there, it cost me $100, so $3 more, you'll never see it. That money accumulates. The majority of our counties have already adopted this. It creates funds every year to help the homeless problem. I encourage the committee to consider petitioning the county to adopt this. Very simple law that can be done quickly. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else? Going once, going twice?
Seeing none, I move to close the public comments.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion to move into executive session?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Whereas Section 8 of the Open Public Meetings Act, Chapter 231, Public Law 1975, permits the exclusion of the public from a meeting in certain circumstances to discuss matters requiring confidentiality and/or of a privileged nature. And whereas the Township Council is of the opinion that such circumstances presently exist. Now therefore be it resolved by the Township Council of the Township of Toms River in the County of Ocean and State of New Jersey as follows. The Township Council will now conduct a private executive session. The general nature of the subject matter to be discussed and/or acted upon is as follows. Matters of personnel, matters of litigation, land acquisitions, and contract negotiations. The following specific items to be discussed and/or acted upon are as follows. Personnel issues of the Township Clerk's Office and Administration, review of status of all real property acquisitions, U.S. Department of Justice RLUIPA inquiry, review of pending litigation, and possible acquisition of real property for open space purposes. It is anticipated that the deliberations conducted in closed session may be disclosed to the public upon the determination of the Township Council that the public interest will no longer be served by such confidentiality. Motion made to go into executive session made by Councilwoman Urick, second by Councilman Turnback, with all in favor at 7:25 p.m.
What constitutes my daughter? If I had a public dealing with Owen Little 20 years ago, she's got a family member that works for through the school board. If she's married on her own, or Ken said that she's not in my domicile. She's married.
Yeah, I mean, do you still abstain from that?
I do, yeah. Okay. I think a lot of my. instructions are probably.
I'm only going by my stepfather's after my sister got teaching jobs.
Okay, but that's on the school.
That was on the school.
Okay, yeah.
And they actually work for the district, so it's a little different. So I just go by that.
I gotta sit down, I think I'm gonna have to sit down here.
Yeah, maybe that's a good idea to go over exactly what you think the conflicts are, because if we're voting on it, it's when this really has nothing to do with the teacher salary. Mainly pursuant to shared services agreement that you probably voted for.
Well, how's she doing?
She's been sick.
Yeah, because I know somebody said the other day, Harvey York, I think, said, yeah, I got a plane up tonight, and it's on Lakehurst Road, so Carol Benson will be here. I said, I haven't seen Carol in months. I miss it. Tell her I said hi. I always, listen, Carol would come and make,
Everybody would make.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, well, I talked to Pete Brigham. He's a great account. Like, you have one no one wants to put them anywhere, you know? It's just every time, one of the owners decides he wants to retire, he sells to a developer who raises it. Oh my God. Yeah. Brilliant. Okay. Yeah, I bet. Wow. No, yeah.
I got you texting, you never called. Good, how you doing?
Even when her husband doesn't mind her not being on.
You're bad.
Thank you, Wise. Nice seeing you. Thank you. Appreciate you.
You have great. You should see my mother. She's 99. She looks like she's 60.
He's trying to avoid
Huh?
It is. It is. I just have to run home and do like 2 documents, and then I can be there. We have to get Paul.
not doing any minutes.
Do you need to push it down?
All in favor? Motion to close public? Motion to adjourn? Second. All in favor? 8:17 PM.